Elections now are just 2 weeks away as Maryland governor race is showcasing the stark differences between the candidates. Democratic nominee Wes Moore, a newcomer to politics, is going against Republican delegate Dan Cox. And this morning, we're going to welcome in Dan Cox. He's the Republican candidate, as we said, for Maryland governor, and he joins us live this morning. Dan Cox, good to have you along. We bring you in. Good to see you. There you are. You had a debate the other night. It is the one and only debate so far in this race. Wes Moore will not debate you more than that one time out, he says. Why not?
I don't think he wants to address the issues that everybody are talking about at their tables. You know, the fact that, as you just mentioned, the inflation is at 10% in parts of Maryland, 8.5% average, and we're looking at...
Yes.
Relief, and when you couple that with rising property tax, inflationary costs, and our plan is to lower that by taking out the assessment valuation that ties us to the CPI. So the indexing has got to stop. This inflationary tie-in to the tax system is harming our tenants. It's harming everyone, and we can do better. And I also want to talk about the fact that our children are in jeopardy in our schools. I mean, they're not getting a world-class
education. We're going to get to that in a minute, but one of the things Wes Moore told me when I asked him why he won't debate you more than once was because he didn't want to give you a stage for what he said was your extremist positions. One of the questions that has surrounded you, not only in your primary, but throughout this general election, is will you accept the results of the 2022 election? When you're asked this, a lot of times reporters ask you a yes or no answer. You won't give them a yes or no answer. So let me ask you that question. Why won't you give a yes or no answer to the question of accepting the 2022 election results?
I'll give the same answer that that my opponent Wes Moore gave, Tom, and that is I'll accept the results of a legal and fair election. That's what he said. In fact, why would he want to waive his own right under the statute for a recount if he wanted to? I mean, the law is the law, and that's my position. I believe in the Constitution and the law, and so the negative smear campaigning of my opponent, that's all he has. He's an empty suit when it comes to actual policy work. That's why I've been working very hard in Annapolis for the people of Maryland. I've worked to make sure that we work across the party lines to ensure that things like property tax relief is passed, to make sure that sex trafficking ends, to make sure that our citizens of Maryland have opportunities in schools for parental involvement. That's what I've been doing. I want parents to be in charge of their kids' education.
One of the things Wes Moore has called you, though, is an election denier. He doesn't really hold back about that. So let me ask you directly so you can clear this up. Are you an election denier? Did Joe Biden win the last election? Did Donald Trump lose the last election?
I am not an election denier. I'm an election affirmer. And that means that right now we have someone in the White House named President Biden who is literally taking us, I think, in the wrong direction. He's come to Maryland 3 times to campaign for my opponent. Why? Because my opponent does not have the policies to protect parents and children in schools. Look, Tom, right now in the schools, they're teaching a curriculum, kindergarten up, with transgender ideology behind parents' backs. Now, we can do better than this. We need to make sure that parents are involved at all times and have the options to opt out if they would like to do so, and to make sure that our curriculum, instead of focusing on these kind of political ideology issues, to go back to reading, writing, and arithmetic, to STEM technology, to make sure that people have access to the greater opportunities for wealth with their college and career opportunities afterwards. That's my focus as your state delegate, and that's my focus as your next governor.
During the debate, you were asked about abortion. One of the things you said was that that was not a focus for you because you believed that that was a case that was already settled in Maryland. I got to imagine that maybe some anti-abortion forces heard that answer and may have thought that you were somebody who was going to do something to restrict the pro-choice movement in Maryland. So could you be clear about what you would do as governor if you became elected when it comes to abortion?
Well, I said what I've always said, and that is I'm pro-life, and I'll certainly govern from a pro-life perspective and defend our little babies like my Down syndrome little boy. I mean, I don't take any exception to the fact that this is a debate, but we have to make sure that our children are not targeted because of disabilities, for instance. And every single person in Maryland, though, at this time, Tom, as you know, is trying to put food on the table for their children. That's what I'm focused on. We have to reduce our property taxes. We have to make sure our seniors can stay here. So to distract from those key issues that are literally making life-changing decisions as we speak, including people having to decide whether they can, they have to move out of our state in order to pay the bills. That's why we need to focus on those issues and make sure that our seniors and all of our workers here in Maryland are protected. That's what I've been doing in the legislature. I worked across the aisle with my Democrat colleagues to make sure we had property tax relief during COVID. I worked hard to make sure we had school choice. I will expand the school choice program to put money in parents' pockets so they decide the money follows the child. This is the kind of information that we need to talk about, and that's what I'm going to govern from that perspective.
Dan Cox is the Republican nominee for governor of Maryland, and we appreciate you spending part of your Sunday morning with us.